take on the world. We're gonna take on the world.
All right, guys, we're back at it again. The Third Eye Truth Theorem Podcast, episode 188. I am James Gill, your host. This is Joe Hill, the co-host.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Still here.
Oh, my goodness. Guys, thank you for joining us. It's June 3rd, 2026. We're downtown St. Joseph, Michigan. Ready for another episode of Third Eye Truth Theorem Podcast.
What number are we on?
188. 188. 12 more from 200.
Wow.
Getting ready,
Look
guys.
at that. I didn't think we were going to make it that far.
What? What have you been drinking today? The truth is coming out of you.
I told you it was the truth serum.
No. Shit. I've said worse on this show. Actually, honestly, I thought we were going to like another hiatus.
Hiatus. Don't keep saying that.
I know.
Hiatus.
Hiatus.
It's not two H's in there.
Yes, there is.
No, it's not.
I don't know how to spell it, so yes, there is.
Exactly. Leave it alone. All right, guys. Tonight's guest. She's been here before. This is the third appearance of the Third Eye Truth Theorem Podcast. She's back. Angela Jones is in the house. Welcome to the show. How have you been?
And the millions of people watching us both us.
Thanks for having me back, guys.
No problem.
So, my question is, how you doing? Like he asked, and how is the manservant?
He's at work right now.
See, I remember this shit.
Yeah. Oh God.
You are something that, yeah.
I am doing.
Yeah.
In this economy, can any of us afford to be good?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
I
don't know.
reserve that for the
From a man
special
riding
days.
the scooter. Yes, you could.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
In a fucking heartbeat.
Jeez.
I can.
He's like, I am not beholden to the gas prices.
The gas prices, no, but everything else in my life, yes. I wake up every day and think, I'm here. Why? Everything else is just objects.
That's not enough for me. I tell you that
It
much.
is. Sorry.
Gotta get this shit down to I mean, actually, the prices are going down in gas a little bit, slowly
Yeah.
but surely. But
It's kind of like when you scare the hell out of somebody and
Yeah.
then they feel relieved when they realize they're not in danger anymore. But that's essentially what America's experiencing right now. And also, I'm just going to say, I think some of it might have to do with you have remained child free and there's nothing wrong with that, but you don't have like that. Do you have kids?
Yeah, I have a daughter that's 21 years old.
She's grown. She's out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's finally out of the
she doesn't-
house,
No,
but-
I'm just kidding. Okay. I had no idea you
I
had
have
a child.
I have a 21-year-old daughter.
You had a hidden child from me?
Yes.
No, she was never hidden. I was proud to have her. I took care of her when she was I took care of her since she was in 7th grade.
Well, then disregard what I was about to say. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I guess it was a while that. Are we really that old?
Yes, I am.
Because I have children that are
Time is flying.
26.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have an older
you
child.
have an
So
older
what?
child? Yeah, mine was 21. I had her when when I was 25.
Yeah, I was 18. So
Yeah, I remember those days.
yeah.
Sorry, I saw a guy walk by her window. It was kind of weird. The shadow of a guy.
That's a sidewalk out there.
I know. It was. I'm not used to seeing the shadow
Startled.
though. Yeah, it made me do a squirrel moment like you did over here the other day.
Oh man, it's that time of the year, man. 2 years. The elections are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this one?
Are you doing it though?
What?
Are you running again though?
I am running again, but there's a story behind it.
All right.
Story.
We have plenty of
Yeah.
time for
Dum,
stories.
Dum.
Yeah.
Story time.
I like
So-
stories.
2025, I initially started the year and I was like, I'm going to run again. Well, then we had one candidate step forward and they said they were going to run. I was like, okay, well, we'll have a primary. It'll be exciting. I think he's a solid candidate. They can't lose with either of us.
Yeah.
So then another one steps forward. And at this point, I'm doing a lot of community activism behind the scenes. So I step back to focus on that. And I've got I'm trying to get more work and everything else. I don't have time to do all of the things all of the time. So fast forward to March, I get a call saying, we have an emergency. at this point, one of those guys has already dropped out. So there's still somebody running, and I've thrown my full weight behind him at this time. He steps down from running, and we have like 3 weeks, give or take. I think it was like right up to the wire by the time I found out about it. And I'm the one like helping to do the recruiting in our district. And I'm like, I have no time to recruit and train somebody and get them like off the ground with a good base. I have the name recognition from when I ran in 2024. So they're asking me to come into this meeting, and I'm like, I'm not sweating, but I am sweating because I'm like, I know what this meeting's going to turn into. It's going to be the like, we don't have anybody to run, nudge, nudge, kind of thing. So, which it did make the most sense. I had already run in the district. I have the name recognition. I've been very active in the community. So I went to the meeting, and then I was like, all right, guys, I will run. And they're like, wait, you will? Like they were prepared to have to like
Find
duke
somebody.
it out with me to get me to run. What?
So I just want to know, does name recognition, does it really help for a party if the party, sorry to say, didn't win?
As far as for people who may be registered voters but aren't activated to vote necessarily because they don't know the person,
Okay,
it can be important to them.
because that's part of the party that you had the most votes for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't
understand.
have a primary in 2024 because there was nobody else. I mean, it's such a red district, and it's very difficult to get Democrats to run in District 37. They just, for whatever reason, are not inspired to run, with the exception of our Senate race. That caught me by surprise. We have 3 candidates running for the Senate race. So the state Senate race. We also have 3 candidates running for the.
Isn't it her seat up?
That's the federal.
No, oh wait, I'm thinking governor. Sorry.
Oh yeah, governor. We've got that's got its own thing going
Yeah.
on too.
I was thinking governor, her seat's up this year.
One of the senators, the state senators, she's running for now federal Senate.
Yeah.
Her seat, I think her time is. I think it is the end of her time for the this election. So it's naturally that she's going to go into the next seat up, which would be in the federal government, which is what I think a lot of them end up doing after they, I don't want to say age out, but they hit their term limits, and they either go, serve a couple of terms in the House and then go over to the Senate. And then from the Senate, it's natural to either drop out of politics, go for the gubernatorial race, or go all the way up to the federal government. So
I didn't actually know that.
Now you know.
Yeah. Didn't know there was anything past all that. I didn't know there was a federal Senate seat.
yeah, you have, so just like you have the federal government, you also have like almost the exact same thing laid out at the state level. So we have state house, we have state senate, and we have our governor, which is like our state's president.
So
And then we have our own court system and everything like that.
So people know beforehand, before you get really into your what you're doing this year. Let people know who you are, and from the other shows that you were on what you're talking about, pretty much. Because you did run just a short brief of that you did run and stuff like that.
So obviously I'm Angela Jones, running in the 37th House district. Say that fast. In the state of Michigan.
And what is the 37th district? Because I didn't know that the first time I watched it.
So 37th district, we're down like right here. So we're down here, and you've got along the lakeside is the 38th district. So sorry, St. Joe is 37 or 38th district, but the rest of Berrien County, at least like the north. I'm sorry, not the northeast, because Coloma is in Berrien County, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're 39th district. So it'd be the north, not the north, the southeast corner, like the primary part of Berrien County, and then a swath. I have Niles, Buchanan, Three Oaks, Eau Claire, Berrien Springs, all the individual townships all the way up to Sodus. And then you go over to Dowagiac and then down the line, all the townships that go along the Cass and Berrien line, but not Edwardsburg.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You have some of Cass, but you don't have Edwardsburg?
Right.
Was that shocking to you?
Yeah, because it's in the middle of everything.
Well,
It's on the cusp of the Berrien Cass. Cassopolis is Cass.
Because Niles is close to Edwardsburg. Edwardsburg is close to Cass. Do you have Dowagiac?
I have Dowagiac.
It's in between. Yeah, it's in
it's on
between.
the border of two different counties.
It's just it has
That
to
means
do
that someone wrote the barriers of it and they took that one town out.
likely
they needed that
because
town.
you can only have like I think it's 90 or
That is really
I
weird.
don't remember exactly how many voters are registered voters constituents when they do the census, and then they carve everything out based on population rather than city by city or zip code. So
Great example for you. It's like leaving Lakeshore out, leaving Stevensville out of it and giving it to Lakeside.
What are you trying to say?
Voters. I mean, like
I understand what
leaving
you're
the
saying.
town out that's close to us
Yeah.
and leaving everything else.
understand what
Yeah,
you're saying.
it's
I
really
understand.
it's really weird.
oh yeah, I don't have Stevensville, but I have Royalton Township.
You don't have
I have
that's still messed. You have Berrien
Yeah.
Springs?
I have Berrien
Okay.
Springs,
That makes more sense.
which
then.
Berrien Springs flipped blue. So
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how this election is going to go. It's normally like a 35-65 split in
Yeah.
favor of Republicans. I don't foresee a bunch of Republicans just like jumping ship and going, guys, I'm blue now. I'm gonna vote Democrat. My guess is they just won't show up to vote, which isn't abnormal in this county specifically.
right.
I just went to a voting, like helping people get registered, learning how to help people get registered to vote, what the laws are and everything. It was put on by the League of Women Voters and the NAACP. And they basically said that I just looked over and he's like, I squirrel momented. What was I just saying?
Voters.
Yeah, it was something about the voters. I can't remember what it was. I just totally had a squirrel moment.
Yes, you did.
It was a good one too.
That it was.
But going back to jurisdictions and whatever it was that I was going to say before, it is kind of curious that the 37th district is such a hard-leaning Republican, whereas the Lakeside, all the blue cities got absorbed by District 38. But it is what it is.
Is it harder for you to be, because you are on TV a lot in Niles protesting and stuff like that, for who you are, and the camera always comes to you.
Not always. I'm pretty good at hiding.
You are, but when you are on, they do post you more than anything on every single network. So my thing is, for what you're running for and what you believe in, is it harder to get the voters swing your way because of that though?
Honestly, if anything, it's because I have the Democrat next to my name. So it's not
I'll give you that.
It's not so much what I have to say, because overwhelmingly, before you start to bring the party into it, which is really frustrating because I don't align with a lot of what, like, I'm arguing with the Democrats on a regular basis.
That's what you said last time.
Yeah.
I remember, because you said I'm more everybody, independent, Republican, everything else. But I am who I am, and I'm not going to change that.
Yeah.
And they respect that out of me because who I am.
Right. So it's like they can hear what I have to say, and as long as they don't know I'm a Democrat, they'll agree with me on my policy standpoints, because these are overwhelmingly popular standpoints for working people. Like how can you be against bettering your own life But then they hear like, well, what are you running as a Democrat or a Republican? And I'll say a Democrat, and they're like, nope, I can't vote for you.
Is it easier? Would it be easier to just run independent?
Surprisingly, no. Independent votes don't do as well because you don't have the infrastructure in place that the parties do provide if you're able to get access to it. Now, our local parties, because they're active, and I will say the Berrien County and Cass County Democratic parties are very activated. They're very helpful with candidates.
Yeah.
But you, beyond that, getting help from like the Michigan Democratic Party, they do help to some degree, but it's different.
Are you running against the same person that you ran before?
Red Packet, yeah.
How long can you be in that seat?
This should be his. If he wins again, this will be his last term, and hopefully last in politics. He's a waste of space.
So, how do you really feel about the guy?
Would you really like to know?
Yes, I do.
No, I think it's pretty clear.
Yes, it was actually. But so, is there a limit how many terms you can have that a House seat?
Yes, in the state, not in the federal government.
Okay, so in the state,
It's 6,
so it's 6.
a total of 12 years.
Wow.
You can either serve 6 terms in the House or 3 terms in the Senate. You can mix and match, but you cannot cumulatively between the two bodies, you cannot serve more than 12 years.
So when you came across and decided, you approached the people again and said, yes, I guess I will run with because of the name.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I said 6 terms.
Yes, you did.
Is that 2000? He got in 2018. Is it 4 terms? That doesn't make sense.
No.
Then he's got
Scott,
more terms.
Will you look that up for us now? Wait, I like having Scott here now.
Of course you do.
How many
You
terms
don't have to
can
do
the
it.
Hard
Michigan
thinking.
I don't have to.
State
No, I don't
House
look shit up
serve
anymore.
max?
I don't look shit up. What are you on the phone?
It should be 12
Huh?
years,
Looking
and if
at
they're
something.
2-year terms, it should
Well,
be 6. But
Before, while he's looking that up, someone wanted to do a shout out to you. Hi, James, from Tony Jackson.
Hey, what's up, Tony? I went to high school with that guy.
Yeah, he's watching us right now.
Oh, thanks, Tony. Thanks for watching, buddy. Appreciate it so much.
hi, Tony.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, State House. It should be 12 years, right? 6. What?
She says, what?
So, if he's worked in both the House and the Senate, yes, he have 12 years. However, it looks like he can have, it says Michigan State House members can serve up to 2-year terms, right? They can serve up to 3 terms for a total of 6 years.
No, that's the old law.
Ooh, damn, she shut you down.
No, it is. They changed it in
I
2022.
know, that's what I was thinking. She shut you down. Oh, she's gonna grab her phone and Google it. So, I have a question for you though.
Let them-
Serve to 12 years total.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the State House can-
so 6 terms.
6 terms.
Would you ever run?
Ever run
If
for what?
if you could, if you wanted to, would you ever run for anything?
No, that's too much on my plate.
Mayor,
No, that's too much.
Senate? Would you ever run?
So this wouldn't
I
be
don't-
his
I
last
don't know.
term.
I don't think I have a different view on a lot of things. I guess.
I agree with that. So this is his last term.
It's not.
What?
He still has.
If he
more.
loses.
If he loses, he could run again.
No, I meant if he loses, but I mean, I should actually say it like this. If he wins, this would be his last term if he won.
No.
So he has 2 more years?
Yeah, 2 more
He can-
terms.
He can
He can run again in 2028 as
Yeah,
well.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can. Wow.
So 2026 to 20. So he would be out in 2030.
How close were you on the first time?
I think I pulled. It depended because they're split between the 2 counties.
Yeah.
I think it was like between 35 and 37%.
It's not a very big percent for him. I mean, that means a lot of people liked what you believed in.
You also have your diehard
Wow.
vote blue no matter whose, and then
Well,
you have
yeah.
a lot of people that don't show up. To vote.
Or people that just click on everything. I'm just a Democrat. I click
Yeah,
on
those will
that
be
button.
your
Yeah,
straight ticket.
Yep, straight ticket. I believe in that, whatever. And they don't even look at it and they
Yeah.
just hit the button.
Yeah, so I don't really consider it a huge victory. I mean, I lost, and there were a lot of things I could have done differently that I'm trying to implement differently this time. The difference is I am still avidly against money in politics. Like, it really bothers me how much money gets poured into all these campaigns and how expensive it is to run for office. That almost ensures that the average person
Right.
does not
Yeah.
have an opportunity to run
Yeah.
because you have to be really good at talking to people. Really, like, you almost can't work because it's a full-time job on itself. It's the longest freaking job interview, and there's no guarantee, and you're spending all of this money, right? So this time, it's not that it's a challenge, but I'm like, I don't want to fundraise. This economy sucks for people, and I don't want to go around and ask them like, hey, you already got like all these other candidates that are like, give me $5, give me $5. And
right.
then I just don't feel right going door to door and asking people for their money that they're working hard for. I want their time, an opportunity to talk to them,
Yeah.
to ask them, what are these issues that really matter to you? And do you have any ideas? Because realistically, I'm just a single human. I cannot know everything about everyone and there's just so much I cannot possibly know at all times.
Well, why do you have to go after the people? Why don't you go after corporations or someone that could back you up with that money?
Because
what
that
she's
money
against.
comes with
But-
strings. It does.
They're finished. It's cooking.
That money comes with strings, and there was a study done because when we look at the baseline for when we determine what money does to political candidates when they get elected, when we look at just their voting habit or history, that doesn't give a clear picture of everything that's going on behind the scenes. When they did this study, and I can't remember, I want to say it was Cornell, but I don't remember who it was because Cornell has done quite a few studies
Yeah.
on stuff like this.
Yeah.
So, but it was a very high up there, well respected study, and it basically mapped out all of these behaviors across all of the spectrum, and corporate, the more money that they received, what was actually happening was that they weren't showing up to vote as often. They weren't pushing policies that would benefit their constituents. They were just kicking it off into committee where it would stay, and then they would bring it up when they knew it couldn't pass. Kind of like what Republicans are doing right now in the House. And well, I think it's passed the House, but not the axe Michigan tax, but basically what they were trying to do was kill property taxes in the state.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wildly popular, right? Nobody wants to
Pay
pay
property
property
taxes.
taxes, but realistically, they know this cannot pass.
Yeah.
But what they're banking on is they know that in the polls, Republicans are polling so abysmally low right now that to activate their voter base, they need to pin something on the Democrats. So what they did was they brought this up as a way to kick it around, and then when it's naturally going to get not vetoed, but it won't pass the Senate, it may pass the House because they're banking on the Senate saying no and kicking it back. And then that becomes the card or the flag that they can fly and say, see, the Democrats
That's
don't
behind
care
this.
about you.
Yeah.
They want you to be poor. They want to spend your money on this and that. And it's all a facade. It's smoke and mirrors because the Republicans know you cannot pass that feasibly. You will bankrupt this state. You will break everything that people rely on day to day just to get to work, to live, emergency
Right.
services. It would all be broken. I mean, we're talking about billions and billions of dollars that would be lost in funding. And then they would have to implement another way of taxation. And my other issue with this whole property tax thing, remember I told you guys about private equities,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
concerns about them being involved in real estate. If the same people who run the private equities, the same ones, the fund managers and all this other stuff are also the ones behind the banks. They're the ones behind like buying your politicians and everything else like that. How long do you think any of us are going to be homeowners for?
Exactly.
There are employers.
Exactly.
Like, how long do you think any of us are really going to own our homes when the banks start foreclosing on them, when the economy snaps, when they break everything from the top down, ground up? Hold on. How long do you think it'll go? We're looking at 3 to 5 years. Plus, we also have another mass thing. I don't want to say that the baby boomers are going to die off, but realistically, they're going to be moving into homes if they're not already.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to have the largest transfer of wealth, but it's not going to go to generations below them because your property taxes are so high, because the private equities are owning all the homes, and they're not renting them out, they're not selling them, they're just sitting on them,
Like
which is making it
particularly when BlackRock is doing, they're definitely doing
Blackstone.
Blackstone.
Blackstone. Is it Blackstone? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's Blackstone, but
I'm thinking
the
of the grill
same thing, like just for real estate.
Yeah.
So they've been sitting on these homes, driving up the value of the existing homes, which is inflating our property taxes, which are tied to the inflated values. We're being taxed on unrealized gains, but we cannot tax billionaires on their unrealized gains. Okay. But then circling back, these private equity companies are, buying up homes because you and I can barely afford our homes, let alone another home that we now have to figure out,
Yeah.
are we going to rent it out? What are we going to do
Right.
with this? So we're going to sell it off to the best value. And who's got the money? These companies.
Yeah.
So then these companies are just one by one buying everything up, which
It goes
is
along
making
with the phrase of you will
own nothing and you will be
love it.
happy.
Yeah, you'll love it. You'll be happy. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm
that
already
was
there.
about the circular economy.
Yeah.
So where you basically live on a subscription.
Is that similar to what the Chinese government is doing to their people?
No.
Not at all.
Not even
No.
close.
No.
And well, you get media that makes it sound that way.
So what China is doing is basically you buy the house, you have 30 years or, however long, and
Yeah.
it's to stop hoarding. It's to stop you from buying a bunch of different properties and then just sitting on them indefinitely forever and ever, which then lowers the ability for other people. It raises the existing property values because you have fewer on the market, and they have way too many people to have people out there buying up every available home.
Yeah.
So to stop that, they basically created a cap. But there's caveats that go around that,
Okay.
as far as you extending the caps and everything. It's just to stop anybody from owning something in perpetuity and just squatting on it.
That's what a lot of the rich people are doing now, buying these different pieces of land and just sitting on it.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
no
a
one else
form of
can buy-
money
yeah,
laundering.
yeah.
There's all kinds of things
Yeah.
going into it.
What's wrong
So
with that?
What's wrong with it? What? Buying all the no one else can buy anything. It makes it scarce for the common folk to own a piece of land and buy a home and all these different things.
if you're living in it, it's one thing,
Yeah.
but to just buy it and then let it sit vacant.
Yeah, that's what. No offense, that's what Lico did. They
That-
bought
that-
all the land around here. They kept on buying it all up. So
Yeah.
when people wanted to buy something, they had to
the
buy
chart and then
Yeah.
the price skyrockets.
Yeah, they're artificially inflating the price.
Yeah. Smart.
No, it's
I think it's smart business.
it's greed. It's greed.
Oh, I don't think it's greed.
Oh yeah, it's definitely greed.
It is definitely.
'Cause I sit
greed.
right next to a place where Lico owns a big piece of land that
Yeah.
you can build tons of houses that people can buy,
Mhm.
but it's sitting there vacant, right over the bluff, right by the water.
That's prime property.
That's greed.
I think it's a smart business.
No, that's total greed.
I would have done it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So did you know that 10% of the population are psychopaths?
Buy on a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to kill people.
You got Joe.
No, not really.
Unrelated.
What?
And it's not just it's actually Machiavellianism. And
You're
Yeah.
agreeing to it, aren't you?
psychopathy.
Yeah.
Who are you agreeing with?
He's not going to admit it. Well, here's a question for you though. With going with your politics and everything else, so have you changed any of your policies that you believe in that you thought this is the reason why I might not have won the first time I went for it. Have you changed anything?
Not really. I think if anything, I've more solidified in my viewpoints. Instead, before they were a little bit more fluid. I'm not dogmatic in the sense that if facts didn't appear before me, like legitimate facts, not some like fake news. I don't want to say fake news, but AI slop put in front of me a propaganda piece that's going to make me question things. But
Mhm.
if the science or whatever you want to call it behind it changes, or more information comes out and I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe that wasn't such a great idea. Let's figure out a better idea or a solution to this besides just band-aiding it to death until you can't remember what the problem was to begin with and everything's broken. There's just water seeping out everywhere. But I owe a lot of that to my book, because I don't know how to explain this. It was like a weird fever dream / ADHD hyper focus moment of clarity where I think every one of us has been asking that question, like, how the fuck did, excuse my language.
Oh, you
but-
can cuss all you want.
Okay. How the fuck did we get here? Like, why, how, what happened in American politics? Like, I know a lot of things have happened, but I was like, what? This isn't a new thing. And I've been hearing from other people, and there's all these books and stuff that I've been reading. I'm like, you don't just accidentally fall into authoritarianism. There are things that happen. And I'm like,
Things that actually have to happen in order for that.
yes, you're
yeah.
priming the ground. And then
Yeah.
it was like, I'm like, my hackles are raising, everything. I'm like, it was
Your what's raising?
hackles.
The fuck are hackles?
Like,
Just listen.
yeah. Anyway, I'm getting chills just thinking about
Oh,
this.
thank you. Say chills. What the fuck are hackles?
I'm not going to, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So I started asking questions about it. And then as I'm like, it was just like this clarity of like, oh my God, look up this. And so I'd start looking into this and it was like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. What happened here? And so I'm almost like in my mind over the course of just like a couple of, it was like a little over a week. I was hardly sleeping, hardly eating, probably not using the bathroom as often as I should. It was like,
Wow,
I
really, that deep?
was so afraid that if I stopped writing, that I was going to go to bed and I was going to wake up and it would never get published. And I knew something deep in my heart was like, this needs to be published. People need to see this. People need to know what the hell is going on. And it was like, I don't know, in your mind where all these things are just kind of floating around and then they all just start to line up. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And at that point, I was like, okay, I now am fully aware that I'm a progressive. I did not understand what progressivism was prior to writing the book. I mean, I'd heard it. I was under the impression that progressivism was like far left. Let me tell you, if progressivism is far left, then that means the center is like almost damn near far right, because that is not a far left movement. It actually started in the Republican base. It got kicked over to the Democrats when they did the whole party flip. That's why both sides kind of changed direction on which way they were going. But progressivism, oh my God, why is that so difficult to say out loud? Progressivism got kicked over to the left. And then the left was like, I'm not supposed to call them the establishment left. They don't like that. But the institutional left was like, we don't want you over here either because our donors don't like being called out. So they got pushed into the fringe and demonized by the Democratic Party as well. And now we are seeing something beautiful within the Democratic Party, which I have been advocating for the last 2 years, was if we wanted change, we were going to have to, you're not going to be able to do it third party.
Mhm.
You cannot attack the system from the outside. You have to get in.
So
You have
this
to
is
be a
little
part of it.
This is a separate identity, entity itself, the progressive.
No,
side.
it is more like, so the way I can kind of explain my like walk into
Mhm.
it was that I was feeling very alienated. Obviously, I'd already left the conservative movement back in 2014, 16. Because I'm a Democrat now, but I also was feeling very alienated by the Democratic Party. A lot of their policies, we had a trifecta. I didn't feel like very much got done. And then as a result, you put Kamala Harris on the ticket, and then she couldn't get out from underneath Biden's shadow. She was set up from the start to fail because.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So then I'm like, I started questioning things. And when people say like, oh, both parties are the same, and I'm like, it's not that they think that both parties are fascists, although some would argue there is some merit to that because it's just like fascism light. When you start to look at who is running the parties, where that money is coming from that is being used to run those parties, and that was, I think it was chapter 8. I don't think I know. It was chapter 8 that I was writing out, and I'm like, we pay so much attention to the think tanks, the Heritage Foundation, all of those far right think tanks. We don't pay any attention. There's no discussion about the Democratic Leadership Council and who is funding the Democratic Leadership Council. Many of the same names that are funding these far right think tanks. They're hedging their bets on both sides. So then I realized, I'm like, oh shit. What is the other common complaint I hear from moderates, the elusive moderates that the Democrats are always like, oh, we got to appeal to them, the moderates or whatever. The moderates are the ones saying that both parties are the same. They're feeling alienated. I'm like, oh my God, you guys, you're progressives. You just don't know it. You've been so alienated. You've been so demonized, and progressivism has been equated as communism, and it's been so demonized in your brain that you don't know what it is, because by keeping you separated, divorced from progressivism, by keeping you afraid of that label, they remove our power. They remove our collective power, because none of us are willing to come to the table and be like, we have more in common than we thought we did. They would lose, and they know that. And so they keep us constantly disillusioned and constantly feeling alienated and constantly feeling helpless.
The old divide and conquer
Yes.
technique.
And
is it working? I mean,
it has for 50 years.
Yeah.
And this all stems back to the 1971 Powell Memo, which was another thing I came into with the book, was the Powell Memo, which kind of started all this corporate. We already had problems before. This isn't the first time corporate America has tried to take over America. It just got kicked to the curb following FDR and the 1933 business plot, where they tried to actually stage a coup and install their own dictator. So fast forward, 1971 Powell Memo unearths like corporate. It is the playbook that led to the corporate takeover. All of the policies that we're seeing put into place are also stemming from a man by the name of Andrew Mellon, who was the Treasury Secretary under 3 presidents leading up to the Great Depression. He was also like the Musk of the era, very, very, very wealthy, like one of the wealthiest men in the world. And he had a lot of, like, his family was very connected in the banking world in Europe. I'm going to give you a copy of my book so that you can.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm going to take a peek at that.
It's a surprisingly fast read. So the way I wrote it, I wanted it to be engaging so that somebody like myself with ADHD, like, I don't want some dry political, like, blah, blah, blah. So I, like, this happened and then this happened. So I did it almost like a narration of the events transpiring as they were transpiring. And then I tell you about the men involved, their lives, up until we get closer to like the more current modern era of politics. Then I kind of like step back a little bit, because there's not a lot of historical information about them just yet. There's like autobiographies and puff pieces that you can find out there, but we're not going to see the kind of writing about them until much later, when I may not even be here. So at that point, I just kind of stick to the facts and about like at the dissolution of the American Republic as we know it under the guise of capitalism.
Actually, I have a question.
Mhm.
With you running,
And bless you, by the way.
I already said that. Haha,
I know.
beat you. So my question actually is honestly, You said last time that I always will remember. You fought to clean everything. You didn't want to take any money. You didn't want to take anything. You didn't want to fight dirty. Is that still the same atmosphere that you're going to be running now?
Mm-hmm.
Again, where you're not going to take any money from anybody that you already said.
Yeah.
Now are you not going to find any background that he did on you, but you're not going to find anything on him to use against him to run?
The only thing I stand by is policy. If he's taking money, if the policies don't add up, any of that stuff, I can go after policy. I can go after that kind of positioning. I don't care what he does. That's his business. If he wants to sell his soul out to the devil and be a dick, that's on him. But I don't think that is beneficial to anyone. Yeah, sure, it might get clicks and some attention that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise by being like, oh yeah, look at my opponent, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
But it wasn't about my policy.
No, that's what I'm saying. He found something
it-
dirty in your background. You would not do that against him.
No, I mean, also, I don't think I did anything wrong in my background. So
No, I don't.
at that point,
Yeah.
it was intended to embarrass, humiliate, and
That's what I'm
shame
saying.
me.
Yeah.
A lot of people in politics find stuff like that. No
Mhm.
matter what, it doesn't matter what you run for
Right.
and what you do. That's what
Oh, I know
politicians
stuff
do.
about him.
That's what I'm saying. Would you ever use it against him just to win?
No.
Good for you.
I
Oh,
think
good for
he can bury himself. He doesn't need me to do that. I'm not doing more work for him.
But obviously,
Yeah.
obviously he's not burying himself, because if he's still like that person and he's done all that stuff's not coming up to a surface that other people know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
still winning no matter what,
how is he winning?
because he's still in office.
Well, that's because he got elected. But
Well, yeah, he's still in office though.
yeah, well, he did that right before the election when you already had a huge number of people that had early voted. Did it change the election results? I don't think so.
If that came out, if whatever if that came out, would that change the election?
Whatever I know,
Yeah, when
I don't really think so.
then he's still in office. He still would have won.
Yeah,
Sorry to
I
say,
mean,
sad to be a think about it, but yeah,
we had enough people come out and vote for a rapist pedophile that we're okay with it. So I don't think it would change anything, honestly. Men can get away with murder
not really.
and run for politics.
Maybe politics if you have enough money.
Yeah.
Money's rule all evil.
Mm-hmm.
Always will be.
It's the love of money, the
Ooh,
pursuit
it's the
of money.
love money.
Yeah,
It
it's the
is.
love of money. I mean, if you put money before
People,
then that's the root of evil.
you put money
Yeah,
above
I
God,
think
money
you
above
just
people.
misinterpret the saying.
No, I still think
Money is not the root of all evil.
Yes,
the
it is.
people that
I will
use
read
it in
it
that
to you
way.
because I actually quote this quite a bit.
You can have money and use it for the right thing,
I know,
Mhm.
but
And that's what it's intended to be.
because that's
But-
that's a choice. That's a choice.
it is. I
a
know. I
choice.
know the choice, but money is rule all evil, because money. You go down the line. You can have all the money in the world and do good, but it's a choice if you want to do good or
Yeah, that's
evil.
a choice.
Yeah,
It's
good or
not
bad.
the root of all evil.
I think it is.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. King James Version of the Bible states that the love of money is the root of all evil.
You put that before anything else in your life, then that's the root. That's the house, the root of evil.
Mhm.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you're saying it wrong though.
I know I'm saying it wrong, but because that's what I believe in.
Okay.
I can still believe in that part.
Yeah.
I went to Catholic school.
That has nothing to do with
I
it.
know everything about the Bible on that part.
That has nothing to do with it, but just the saying alone.
Yeah. I'm so amazed of you for this. You have a great heart. You know what he did to try to tarnish your running. And you still have a great heart to do the good and not use anything against him. I give you kudos for that. I do.
Well,
Because
thanks.
that actually is the best way to win or lose anything.
I think it's
You may
the
have to take a jab every now and then. You may
I
have
think
to,
it's
You
the
do.
basic.
I mean, you do, but it's
no, not on your part for somebody else, but you may have to.
I know. I'm shocked that she's willing to still run a clean election against the same guy that will do anything
and
to win.
that speaks some volumes too
It
as
is.
well.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that-
going to
I
allow
am.
the actions of somebody else
Yeah.
That's amazing.
to influence my actions to the point that I drop to that level. Now, don't get me wrong. There are things that I will absolutely go low for,
Yeah.
but this is not one of them
Right.
because I don't think it helps the situation in any way, shape, or form. I think it's derogatory towards me to drop to that level, and I'm not going to let him do that to my energy. So
Good for you.
Is this
Sounds
the prime time for Democrats to, act? I mean, as far as policies go, I mean, getting back into more seats in the Senate, right?
yeah,
The way the government is run now, is it a prime time for Democrats to act now?
unless it's not a free and fair election,
Yeah.
which who knows what's going to happen between now and November. But I will say that even my friends who are high up in the Republican Party have also said that this is the year that we're going to see the trifecta flip. I don't see it becoming a supermajority, which is what you would need in order to successfully remove Trump.
Mhm.
I also have advised the Democratic Party in my little peasant voice that realistically it would be a bad move to try to impeach Trump if we do manage to get the House and the Senate. If we try to go after Trump for the next 2 years, okay, on one hand, let's say that we do have a majority. If we do happen to somehow pull enough Republicans to jump to flip and join the Democrats and kick him out. Okay, now you've got Vance, Peter Thiel's puppet boy.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
In the presidency, and so many of the Democrats that I know have been like, well, no, if Trump gets removed,
And he's leaving the country right now, isn't he?
Thiel,
Yeah.
he's in Argentina now.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. But the other thing was that if they're able to, okay, so they were thinking that if Trump gets removed, Vance gets removed, the whole thing. I'm like, no. That's not how that works. What happens is Vance then becomes the president, and now you have to impeach him, and you have to impeach every single individual individually.
In the
And
good cabinet.
luck getting Trump, or I'm sorry, not Trump, but getting Vance out, because he had, while Trump has been the big bad, wolf, he's been like the slimy snake in the background. He's kept his nose fairly clean. It would be very difficult to find actual means to hold him guilty of in order to remove him from office. So what you're going to end up having is, at least with Trump, I can't even believe I'm saying this, his derangement, his just like off the wall narcissism, malignant narcissism actually benefits us to some degree because he's not controllable by Peter Thiel. But Vance is, and has already proven that he will say and do whatever it is that he has to do to get into a position of power. Okay.
He's got one more year, doesn't he?
Who? Trump?
No, he's got two and a half technically.
Yeah,
but
two and a half.
yeah, so we would have 2 years, and then trying to unseat even a deeply unpopular one, which the Democrats are always like, oh, he's got the personality of a wet noodle. And I'm like, I don't care if he does or not. He's got the money he's got Peter Thiel's money. He's got TPUSA supporting him. He's got all these organizations that are Israel, everything supporting him. I'm sorry. Go ahead and bleep that out.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
No, we can't
don't have
bleep
to.
anything out, right?
You don't have to. Don't worry. About
Okay.
it. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, I don't know if we're not allowed to mention that connection.
People have a choice.
Okay.
And this is something for that choice.
And
this
I'm
is a
drinking
platform
wine.
for that choice.
Yeah. So
Getting
getting a little scared here.
We're
but
gonna
yeah.
we're gonna get bananas on that one.
So Where was I? Peter Thiel, Vance. So yeah, let's say we get Vance in the White House, and then you're gonna have to remove him. It's hard to
And that's
unseat a
tough.
sitting president.
That's a difficult task. We're looking
At least with Trump
Yeah.
being so deeply unpopular, leaving him there almost does us a favor in 2028 with getting the presidency and keeping the House and the Senate. Because if we're so busy
Mhm.
chasing after Trump and then, everybody else, we're not passing policies to help the average person. That's going to come back to haunt us in 2028.
So who would be your top 5 candidates to run for president on the Democratic side?
Oh, jeez. I haven't even thought of it.
Do you have some?
Yeah.
Do I have? No,
Yeah,
I don't.
well, she thinks.
No, I don't have anybody in mind.
I mean, I'm trying to think of who all is like floating
that's-
ideas.
At least one strong candidate that could actually give the Republicans a run for the money.
I don't
'Cause I don't s-
know.
I
I
don't
don't
see-
see.
I don't see the governor of California giving.
Oh God, no, he's deeply unpopular. Even within the Democratic, they like his meme-moring, but that doesn't mean he's a good president.
Right.
And you look at the GDP. Okay, the GDP of California is like what, the 3rd strongest in the world.
Mhm.
That doesn't indicate a high quality of life for the people living in California. You've got massive amounts of unhoused people. You've got all kinds of problems going on in California that are not being addressed.
I see 2 people running though.
Enlighten us.
The vice president.
Harris.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
I did
don't-
not see
I-
Vance running as
I
a
don't-
Democrat.
I don't know.
I see her running, and I do actually see Vance running, but independent.
I think Vance is not going to run independent.
No.
He's been riding the coattails of Trump for a reason.
But
and he's
I see both of them running. Doesn't matter what parties they run in. I see them both running.
Well, yeah. I mean, Harris is already, I think, flagged that she was considering running, but right now it's just
And
they're floating. They're not really.
the third for me. I only have top 3. Florida governor.
Those are Republicans.
I know.
That's all. Yeah, I'm talking about Democratic.
Doesn't matter. I think
I'm talking on the Democrat side.
Democrats. Oh, sorry. Scott. No, he's gonna run.
Scott for president.
Yep, Scott for president.
He's like, I'm not even old enough, man.
Actually, he is.
He doesn't
Actually,
think
he
you're old
is.
enough.
You have aged very well, or I'm just
Wait a
old.
minute,
I
wait a
don't
minute.
know.
Is there an age limit? where you can-
35.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years on it or 2 years.
No, he's got
need
2
to get-
years.
Yeah, you
Well,
have to. You
Well, you'd
have
be
to
37 then. You're 33. Yeah, well, by that time you'd be able to do
Yeah,
it.
you have to be 35
Yeah.
by the
You
time
gotta
you
be
take
I thought
Five
he was 35.
president?
I thought he was 35.
No, I thought you really get there's an age limit
Yeah,
for
35.
Were you born in America? I'm sorry, the U.S.
Yes, I was.
Okay, yeah, he qualifies. We could do
35.
this.
I
We
know
could
about
do
that.
this, guys.
35.
Yeah.
You can't be 20 something.
No,
to run?
35.
Why? Why can't
You
you
can
be
for
20?
running
35.
for office, but not for
I know, but why is there an age
35.
limit? Why is there an age limit?
Because
Because
Yeah,
they want you to have
I-
some life experience,
Thank you.
hopefully.
Well, you don't have life experience now at
27. No.
all right.
I mean, now, yeah.
So I have one question actually. Oh wait, I'll ask that question in a minute. My one question is: we had a gentleman that is actually running for
Oh, you're on a
Jet. Yeah.
jet.
What is Joey Andrews?
He's a Democrat.
I know, but what is he? What house does he? What does he hold?
Was he running?
State
What-
House.
So yeah, he's running for state house.
Mhm.
He's 21 years old.
Yep.
Running for state house. What would if he was watching right now, and I would tell him to watch this, but what would you tell him at 21 years old, running against a guy that is known for this area? Someone that's an
That's-
uphill battle like you are.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran in the game.
Yeah. What would you tell him?
Well, I know Jet personally.
I bet you do. Yeah, but everybody knows Jet. But
Yeah,
'cause-
yeah.
'cause his mom.
I was
and
not
grandma.
able to say what I would tell him because I don't think I have any business telling somebody else how to run their campaign or give ideas. This is
Just-
all new to me as well. But I will say that Jet is an incredibly intelligent young man. I was blown away with like just how smart he is.
We
And
were
it's-
too, actually.
It's not that I think that, you know, a 20 something, or at the time, I think he was 19 when I met him. It's
Yeah,
not
he's
that
not
I
even 21 yet.
I think he's 21 now.
Yeah,
Is he
he's
21
21
now?
now. I
Yeah.
think he's 21 now because he graduated the same year as my daughter.
Yeah. So I was just like taken aback by the intelligence. Like, I just don't remember me or people around me being that smart when I was that age. But I am really thrilled to see the youth getting more involved, getting more activated, getting more interested in what
Mhm.
is going on, because I mean, we're still middle aged, so we're going to be around hopefully for a few years to enjoy the fruits of our labors right now,
Yep.
which could be good or bad, especially since we're not the ones planting this. But ultimately, an octogenarian like Trump, he's got at best case scenario a few more years left in him. He does not have to live with the repercussions of the fruit that he is planting now. But our children and their children do.
Yep.
They're the ones that are going to be paying for these wars, these endless wars, and all of this crap that's going on around us. They're the ones that are going to be stuck paying. So it's good that they're getting involved however they can, and I like seeing that happen.
But Jet, it's actually, I will mention him again on this one. Jet is actually running against the person that brought him into it.
Mhm.
So he knows the ins and outs of who he's facing and everything else. When Jet was on, I was blown away. Like you said, he's smart as hell and everything else. If a man's going to run for the board of the school board at age of 18,
Mhm.
not even graduated yet, and he's already nominated himself at 18 after he graduated, I'm running for the school board.
He's got ambition.
He has ambitions, but he was already promoting himself at when we had him on in February.
I think it was somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Already going door to door.
Mhm.
Promoting-
Canvassing.
yeah.
Yep.
He
And
was
he
nonstop.
he was on the trail
Yeah.
before he came to the podcast.
He's the one that taught
Yeah.
me how to
He was on the
use-
trail.
how to
Yeah.
use the canvassing technology that we use on the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Called Van.
He's one smart man.
Yeah, he was the one that helped me with a lot of that. He's also the one that once upon a time told me that the most important thing for my campaign was doors and dollars, which is that
Well,
was a Joey
actually-
Andrews thing.
Yeah.
Was knock on doors and ask for dollars. And Jet knows this already because we've had lots of conversations since then. He's kind of like switched gears on how he approaches a lot of things. But at the time, I just remember like I cannot wrap my I just don't see wanting to go and ask people to fund
Yeah.
my campaign. Like, yes, it's to help them, but I think that there's better ways that I could be doing stuff to reach people besides sending them, dropping thousands of dollars on mailers and everything in order to send, something that's going to end up in a landfill. Was that a comment?
Yeah. It's a comment.
No, yeah.
But my thing is about keep on going with that atmosphere. How do you feel about someone coming up from that? I know you say you believe in it and you love it, but my question is the one question: does age matter?
I can't say it does indiscriminately because I mean you've got a lot of intellectually challenged individuals that are well into their 50s, 60s, 70s, and older. And you've got a lot of smart teenage young adults. I'm not saying teenage young adults, but teenage, and young adults. So I don't think it's necessarily dependent on age. It has a lot to do with the ability to think critically. Now, I will say that it does matter in the sense that people tend to trust you more when you have more life experience. But this is him building life experience. So win or lose, he's still gaining something from
Yeah.
this. He's learning from this. And I believe that he's going to take that And as he matures, gets older, gets more life experience, this will all be useful to him further
Oh yeah,
down the
definitely,
road.
definitely.
So,
Okay.
All right, guys, we're at the
Gotcha.
top of the hour. All right, folks, we're at the top of the hour. This is the Third Eye Truth Aaron podcast, episode 188. Our special guest tonight is none other than Angela Jones. Guys, if you're watching on any of our podcast platforms, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and you can comment as well as the show is going on. Guys, please, once again, we're hitting the milestone in our YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and help us out for the algorithm. Thank you so much. We'll get back to the show.
All right. So my next question for the top of the hour. Oh, do you have one?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I know this is a controversial one, and a lot of people shy away from it, and so do a lot of politicians and things of that nature. What's your stand on AIPAC funding?
oh my God, I think it's a kiss of death for any candidate, especially in the Democratic Party in this day and age. There are way too many people paying attention to it. Back in 2016, 2020, we were all worried about Russian interference and influence on our elections. And little did we know, we definitely had, I don't want to say financial. I mean, it was financial, but foreign influence on our elections. But it wasn't in the sense that we were looking for it or expecting it to be. It
Yep.
was like right under our noses this entire time.
Mhm.
And it's so the MDP convention that occurred. I don't know if you saw the news on that one. I was there. It was my first time at an MDP convention. It was really cool. I mean, you got to hear from all of the people, but I will say that the two candidates that were the most favored by AIPAC were booed off the stage.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which I'm not going to argue whether or not that was right. People, I think, have the freedom to do what they're doing, and when you're trying to talk and be heard within an organization, and you just keep getting told to sit down, wait your turn, sit down, wait your turn, and then it's getting to the point where wait your turn is going to get you killed, or maybe. And you start to fight back because you have been ignored and told to sit down and wait your turn for so long, and you're just watching your turn get skipped over and over and over again. And that's very much what a lot of these disillusions, these disenfranchised, disaffected voters are feeling after watching the 2016 and then the 2020. And then they didn't show up necessarily. I did, but a lot of them sat out the 2024 election, and they're realizing, I think I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. I think they thought there was going to be a blue wave, and there was not a blue wave, as we all know. So now they're realizing this at the same time. I'm realizing things that if we want change, we are going to have to do it from the inside. It's not going to happen from the outside. It's not going to happen from us sitting out elections. It's not going to happen without getting actively involved and doing the hard work that, God, it's hard. It's exhausting. It's enraging sometimes, but it needs to be done if we ever want to get our party back into the hands of the people.
Yeah.
And that's just one side. I think the Republicans need to be doing something just as much on the right side to get their party back on the right track, because right now this whole movement, this fascist movement, I'm going to call it what it is fascism, is harming them, and they don't even see it because they're so focused on the loudest voices on the internet that may or may not be bots, telling them that this is what they want, this is what they want. And it's like, I don't know. I won't know for sure where we are as a nation until after the November election. But I think after the November election, depending on who wins, that will be the end of the end. Like, that will be it. There will not be coming back from this. And that is the saddest, scariest thing. And reading the last chapter of my book, I cannot do it and not, like, feel that throat tightening and the tears, just like, this is not what I thought we were supposed to be in 2026, post 2020.
Mhm.
As a child, I had so much hope. I believed that we were a good nation filled with good people. And then I'm finding out that that is not the case at all.
So,
There are some good people, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
so since you said your book, as people are now noticing, you wrote a book.
Yes,
What's your book called?
it is called American Gods. Sorry, it's a little bent. It was in my back seat, and I might have taken a corner a little too tight.
Yeah. Definitely gonna take a dive in this one.
I think you did take a corner from mine. Thank you. Yeah, look, James, took a corner kind of sharp.
Oh yeah.
It happens.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's okay. So, what made you write a book?
Well, that was that whole
Well,
like.
yeah, you weren't listening.
I know, but
I know,
all the
but
points.
more people are watching now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So it was just like I don't know how to explain it other than I just had like an epiphany moment where I was like, how the hell did we get here? And it actually started with a Facebook post, and I had started to reply to a guy, and I was on the Facebook thing, and I copied it because I realized it was starting to get kind of long.
Yeah.
And Facebook has a tendency to reset sometimes in the middle of me writing something. So I copied it, moved it over to a Google document so I could finish. And then I was like, actually, I need to fact check some of this stuff because I want to make sure that I'm accurate in what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of started to expand from there. And I was like, chapter 4. No, it did. I was thinking, okay, well, this isn't going to be a good reply. Maybe it will be a good like article. And then I was like, maybe it'll be a good blog post. But
Oh, we'll get to it.
so maybe it'll be a good blog post. And then it was like, yeah, this is definitely starting to turn into a book. And I'm like, and as like things started to unfold, I'm like, wait, what happened here? How did this happen? And it was just like, I knew at that point that the direction of the book needed to go, like, not a direction, but that these were things that I know I was not the only one that wanted to know about, that I was not the only one questioning a lot of these things. And this was something that the general public needed to know about because it's not the stuff that you're learning about in your history in public schools. It's not something, I mean, there's lots of books about all those individual topics, but very few of them tie it all together. And the timeline is not linear, even though it looks like it is because you go by dates, and that's a very linear point. The things that are occurring in politics can take 40, 50, sometimes more years to unfold. It's the loosening of the bolts that we don't necessarily see until everything breaks. And then we're like,
Yeah.
it's all broken. When oh,
Let him look at it since he doesn't get to see it.
so it's the systematic loosening of the bolts over many, many, many years. Now, sometimes things you loosen one bolt and it falls apart. And then we're like, oh no, things are broken. You know, for that thing, we slap a band-aid on it, maybe some duct tape, a little WD-40, and we're good to go for a few more years, write it down the road. But everything has been loosening, and every time we hit a bump, you know, an economic bump,
Something
falls off a
Yeah.
little bit, or it loosens a little bit more, and now we're like that. We're basically that axle is broken. We lost a tire somewhere, and we're still driving it down the road, and somehow miraculously. And some people will be like, "That's because he's chosen by God." No, it's because we're stubborn and we're not seeing it for what it is. The horse has died. The carriage, we're pushing the carriage at this point with the dead horse in front of it. So that's why I started to write the book. And then I realized that I needed to finish this book. So it was like a race against myself to make sure that I was afraid of waking up and being like, all right, I'm done. I'm over this topic. On the, you know, the ADHD, like shiny, shiny
Sure.
object. Yeah, anything that comes between it. I have so many half-started books. That's why I started writing papers and publishing the papers about like stuff that's going on economically, stuff that's going on financially, history stuff, Regulation Q, all these little moments where I go down a deep dive down the rabbit hole. And I've been told I needed to start a podcast and talk about these things, but I like you guys to do that stuff. I just like to write.
Go right ahead.
What? Start a podcast?
No, use us for a podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I can't see how often I get these moments of like, I must learn everything there is to know about this subject. It's happened a little less frequently lately because I've been so busy, but most of those moments now occur when I'm driving and I can't type. And then by the time I
Don't you
stop
hate that,
driving,
though?
I've already forgotten. I figured out
I'm the
the
same way.
solution to something. I am on to the next subject. I have forgotten that whole conversation that went on in my head all the way home. So it's fun.
Yeah.
ADHD is
So,
great and not.
With the book that you wrote here,
Mhm.
where can people find it?
It is on, so you got it on Amazon. I know, Bezos, but
Show the book, James.
we are looking at something that they own
There's
such a
camera
huge.
behind you.
Oh, okay. I was like,
This one right there.
I know.
Yeah,
No,
it's my
she's looking
book.
at you.
Oh,
She's
okay.
looking at you. Why are you showing you my
No,
book?
no, that's the camera. Yes, the camera.
holding it up there. I'm like,
Sorry.
Yeah, we have
No,
more.
you're fine.
We have more cameras than
I
you.
figured
here
there's
before.
got to be one. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
yeah,
more
I see
cameras
it,
than
I
you
see
here
it.
before last time.
like I already knew, like pretty much the layout, how I wanted the layout to go. I knew what the cover came to me in a vision, and then like, what?
Saw that. No, how he posted it on that.
Stop
Oh.
interrupting.
Oh no, she looked at me. I said, "What?" Because I'm looking
you're
down at the
interrupting.
camera.
Stop
I'm
interrupting.
looking at the camera. Oh, whatever.
But yeah,
Keep
it's
going.
available on Amazon. It's also free on Kindle Unlimited. I left it free. You can get the digital version on Kindle. I tried to keep the price reasonable.
That's
I'm not
nice.
making a killing on this, but I did break the top 100 on economic policy when I published it. And as a self-published, nobody peasant person from
Yeah, I'll give her
Southwest
that, too.
Michigan, I was like, oh my God. I
That's
was like number 76 out of like 60.
Wait a minute, you made 76?
Number 76. on
That's
the
actually
bestsellers
impressive.
list.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like a no-name person that
Yeah.
That's
just
what I'm
happened.
saying. Yeah,
And then the driest topic you could write about.
I'll give you that. It is
People are
good.
concerned about the government and our country.
So how'd you promote though?
I didn't. I mean, I have a couple of posts on Facebook, and I talked about it with people, but also I bought a bunch of my books. That doesn't count. So there's all these people that have bought books from me that didn't count towards my numbers on the bestsellers list. My dad brought that up. He's like, doesn't it hurt you though to buy your own books and sell them out that way? I'm like, yeah, but some people want the physical copy right now. They don't want to have to wait or buy from Amazon directly. Right. And the one thing I will say with the Amazon publishing is that I learned this. They employ, like, they don't have just like their own publishing company. They employ a lot of third party publishing companies. So originally the book was supposed to have a soft, like, soft touch feel to the cover. The first, I think I bought like 50 of my books. And then I bought more. It's not that kind. It's not the glossy. Oh, yeah. But the matte is supposed to, like, the ones that I thought it was, I wanted that soft touch feel. And then this showed up and I was like, what is this? It was from a different publishing company.
Oh, really?
So they set their own standards for how the cover, what their version of flat.
So you don't have any say so.
Yeah, I can just choose matte or glossy. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got over myself on that one because I was like, these are defective.
Jeff Bezos.
But you know what? I don't mind because I like the fact that it's helping publishing companies. So I have a love-hate thing with Amazon, and I could self-publish and buy a bunch in bulk, but I didn't have that kind of money.
So how long did it take you to write it?
I would actually have to ask Andrew. I don't remember. It wasn't very long. Because I was like, literally.
Ask who?
Andrew.
I know.
He's my husband, and his name is Andrew. He has a name.
Sorry, I'm always gonna remember the first episode. On the 7th. Sorry,
My brother loves you for that.
I'm always gonna remember that part. That was awesome. But yes, Andrew. Yeah, so we had to ask him.
Yeah, because he would have more concept of time in that. Like, I don't know. I know it was in June or July. I'm trying to remember, when did I publish it? It
So
had to have been in
it's
July.
gonna be a year.
Yeah.
So either way, if it's in June or July, still now it's been a year.
Mhm.
This book's been out, and you still made the top 76. That's fucking impressive in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think it was 76. I'm gonna have to like check myself. Hold on while I fact check
Fact check.
myself.
Well, Scott, beat her. Come on, beat her.
It's on my
You do it.
Instagram as a pinned post.
You know how to look that one up, did you? So while you're looking that up,
Mm-hmm.
when you're thinking these random thoughts,
75.
oh wow, you moved up when you thought
There you go.
75. There you go.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
on these thoughts of your book, did you have to pull over because you thought most of your times you were thinking on the road?
Oh, that's more recently.
Oh, that's more recently.
Yeah. No, I was like, I don't want to say spiraling mentally or anything like that. It wasn't that dramatic, but it was like work had slowed down considerably. And I had a lot of free time, and I was panicking as far as like, what was I going to do for work? I'm also like at this point protesting regularly. I'm chairing all these different organizations that I'm helping in, and I'm realizing like we are cooked, like something's going on here. So and at this point I also was backing out of politics because it just didn't make sense to me to run and waste my time and effort to run in a situation when we had another candidate that I thought was like me. At this point, it's a popularity contest, not on policy, because we were very similar on our
Yeah.
viewpoints.
With the current administration in office right now, is America declining as a country?
Yes, but we were already
In
declining.
decline, yeah.
This wasn't something that happened overnight. and
Overnight,
this,
yeah.
this
It
wasn't.
takes time for a
It was-
nation or a powerhouse nation to fall in.
We were
go into decline.
prime for the plucking.
Yeah.
Trump just happened to be the one that came along and did it.
I think you're smart for doing it.
Putting the country in decline?
Not in a decline, but put them in another mind state. This is what
And why? Explain it.
I always will say this. He's a businessman. He's not a political. He's running it like a fucking business. Not right, not wrong.
Into the ground.
Not right. And I'm saying not right, not wrong. I know, not right, not wrong.
I'm sorry,
But
but as a business owner, you don't run a business like this. This is really, really bad.
He's a billionaire. He was a billionaire or not a billionaire.
He's
Either
a
way.
con man. That's why he's a billionaire.
Snake oil.
Yes. Yes. But
And you're saying he's smart.
smart for doing it because people didn't catch on until he hit politics.
No,
No, people knew this way before that.
you think he's
No.
smart because he fooled you.
He fooled everybody.
He did
No.
not fool.
He fooled
Everybody.
He fooled everybody.
No,
He's
he
not
did
president for a
not.
reason. He's not.
did
He's
not.
not. He's not a president for a reason.
It is a reason.
He fooled
His
everybody.
donors backed him up.
And
He fooled everybody.
He fooled enough people to vote for him. The
Yes.
ones that did not, the more people didn't vote for him or voted against him than voted for him. But he just barely won. That's
That
not
last time,
everyone.
yeah. The last time, I don't think he should have been in office this last time. No.
The first time too, he barely got in.
First time, I think I was kind of still didn't vote.
He barely got in.
No, he won enough.
He didn't. He didn't.
No.
No.
The first
I'm
time?
pretty sure he
No.
lost
I
the
thought
popular
I thought
vote.
he
Yes.
dominated the first time.
No.
I'm pretty sure he lost
He
the
lost the
popular
popular vote. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did lose the popular vote.
The electoral votes.
So, yeah,
Which was really strange.
Yeah.
yeah. Electoral
Got him
vote,
in.
yeah,
Strange.
Yeah.
Not
That's
unheard
all
of.
he-
It's
I mean,
strange.
yes.
He may come across as this guru businessman, but he's not.
Oh,
He is
no.
just good
He's
at
not.
marketing himself. That is the only thing he is good at.
He's a good front runner. And it goes back to what I was saying. A president is nothing but a front man. Is nothing. See, I always will say it. I have my opinion. You can.
No, but
I know. I have my opinion.
your opinion doesn't mean
My opinion
it's
is my opinion.
valid. Though.
No, my opinion is my opinion.
But it
Always
doesn't mean
valid.
You
it's
can say,
valid. though.
I think that he's the front runner, but when you say he is the front runner,
President,
that's
a
stating it as
mayor,
a fact.
a president, a mayor are front runners. Even a governor, I can say, is a front runner.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, I will. Is a front runner, is a showman. If I went from a mayor, it's the commissioners that run, and I would say maybe the city commissioner run the show of a city. It's the House and Senate that run everything else that has to get passed. Those two people to get to the president finally to vote on. My eyes, if the House doesn't like it, the Senate might not like it. Either way, vice versa. Whoever doesn't like it can veto it, and it will never get to the president. It does not matter. The showmanship of everything that shows the president is everything. What?
Through an executive.
Yes, because yes, you
emergency
are a
order.
veteran.
Yeah.
God, thank you for what you did. Yes, yes, you are a veteran on that one. I will respect what you're saying on that one. Yes, yes.
That act, and I did. That was one of the papers I published as well. Was about repealing that act and putting the power, the balance back into our constitutionally protected way of government. You have the three branches for a reason, and right now we had the back door wide open for something like this to happen through the emergency executive order, which is where a president can basically, through, declare an emergency, write an executive order and do what he wants. That's how Trump was able to get funding for his wall, because his own Congress told him no. Back in 2016.
But he gets to handpick who he wants in every single office.
It still has to be voted in through Congress on certain things. Things.
Thank you.
Like GNOME and everything else like that, which is where I took issue with, for example, Slotkin had voted in GNOME. So did Peters. Those are both Democrats. I don't know how much money Peters got from AIPAC, but it's interesting to see how much money Alyssa Slotkin got from AIPAC or was spent on behalf of her. But anyway, I digress. Follow AIPAC.org or trackapac.org. I believe gives you a lot of information. Scroll moment again.
Oh, it's okay. Yes, I got a question for you in your scroll moment.
Mm-hmm.
Should we get rid of electoral votes?
Electoral votes?
Yeah.
I think the Electoral College is antiquated in this day and age with technology and everything that we have now. However, it is difficult to do because you have it written into the Constitution. So the way I have seen this approached as a possible workaround is that all of the states would adopt the same rule that winner takes all. So the winner of the popular vote takes all of the Electoral College votes. And that is the way to kind of balance everything out so that it's an even playing field. And that would also mean that the swing states aren't the ones carrying, we want to see the candidates going for president anyway, federal offices like that, going to all of the states, not just the swing states, so that Republicans in California actually can have their voice heard, or a possibility. They can actually talk to these candidates who are just skipping over them because they automatically assume it's a Democrat state. They're never going to vote for a Republican.
That's what people thought about Michigan too, though.
Michigan's always been a purple state.
Okay,
It's a swing state.
I'll give you that. Yeah,
that's why we get so many.
But they made it a non-swing state with every single time it's political. it's a Republican. But then once
We voted for Biden.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ever
In
since
20
ever since Biden, it was a
Yeah, we've had one election. So you can't call it a red state. It
but
has
they
to
called
be
it a red state.
consistently.
I know they called it a red state before Biden, though.
It's always
No.
been a purple state.
Swing state. Go either way.
Yeah, it regularly
Red and,
switches.
red and blue make purple.
I know, I know.
A lot
Will
of
you
it
look
was
that up?
probably
I'm kind of curious.
due to the industrial areas within our state are so heavily tied to how the economy is doing.
Probably how you looked at Scott swing state.
Michigan's listed as a swing
I don't
state.
think they are. I don't think they are.
When's the last time you looked it up?
2 years ago, honestly.
Did you look on
What?
Fox News?
Go ahead. He's looking it up actually. When's the last time it was not?
Widely,
When? By when though?
uh,
Okay. Who was president in 2016?
Trump.
Yeah,
And before that, it was Obama.
that's what I'm saying. It was
You
around
said
Trump.
Biden, and no, it's been a swing
Oh.
state a lot longer than that.
Oh, see, now he's gonna look it up even more. See, that's
So-
what I'm saying.
so,
I
yeah,
don't think it was.
It was though.
It was never a swing state.
It has been.
Not in the. I don't think in the 90s.
It has been.
2008.
Yeah.
So in the 90s, no.
No, 90s.
Still-
No. So that's
still-
when last I knew it
Close
was.
to 20 years though.
Yeah.
Correction.
Okay.
1990.
Bam.
Oh, wow. It's longer than I thought.
Since Bill Clinton was in office.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I've always known it since I moved here to be a swing state.
Wow. Longer than I thought. Maybe because of Clinton being in office. I always thought it was Democrat.
No.
Clinton was a Democrat.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Since Clinton was Democrat, I thought it was never a swing state.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it flips and flops.
Yeah.
So, but it's usually the winners of the swing states take the presidency. So, by evening out the I said that correctly. Evening out the electoral vote to a winner takes all approach. It's supposed to like level the playing field so that no state is considered a swing
That's
state.
why-
They're
that's why
all
it's
swing
so-
states.
That's why it's so critical that the president wins states like Michigan and
Mm-hmm.
was
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
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 We had the most electoral votes too.
Yeah.
We have close to what?
There's 11 million people in this.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's like
We have just
have
as many
19?
electoral college. No, we have we have as many as our House congressional districts. I know we are in CD5 where I live. There's
what's
more
the number?
than.
What's the number, Scott?
This is so nice having somebody else to like. Usually, I'm the one like, I gotta fact check myself.
Electoral votes.
We're not 5. We're at 15.
Yeah, that's what I thought was in the teens.
I thought.
Yeah, because you have the 2 seats for
I was
the
gonna say
Senate and
16, but
13.
I was gonna say 10, but
You get one for each, so you get your 2 Senates and your one for each House seat. So we have 13 Senate seats. I'm sorry, 2 Senate seats, 13 House seats
Mhm.
at the federal level.
he said 15.
I thought
Yeah,
I thought it was 16
13
at one
plus
point.
2.
Oh,
I thought it
okay.
was 16.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
No, it's okay.
That was a good one though.
Yes.
Or my feel.
I got a question.
Mhm.
What are your I mean, with all things considered, what are your thoughts on the what is it called? The Voters' Right Act being gutted?
The Save Act?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not saving anything. So I just actually wrote a 15-minute speech. Let me get it here. 15-minute speech for the NAACP event. It was my bad. They told me I had to take up 15 minutes of time, so I assumed I actually had to talk for 15 minutes. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I love that for me. But they said it was very
Laughed at me.
inspirational. Maybe they're just floating my ego. I don't know. I don't like speaking on stages. I like to talk with people
Mhm.
on like these small conversations like this. Talking on stage just feels so impersonal to me. Like I'm just preaching to people and I'm standing at the NAACP, which I am a member of, but it's still like I'm telling you your history that you already know and I'm acting like this is some profound thing
Right.
that you've never heard
Right.
of. But I needed to also explain it in order because they're not, Black Americans are not the only ones that are in that room. There's white people, there's, like, all different colors, all age brackets, everything in between. So, it was basically kind of explaining it so that everybody was on the same page before I move forward and explain, "Alright, now that we're here, and let's remember how much people who got fought and died for
Yeah.
the Civil Rights Act, and now we're seeing it gutted left and right, like, just completely gutted." And so the state of Michigan, the Senate, Democrats in the Senate actually are pushing our own voter registration act that basically protects it creates those protections that were just gutted or are going to be gutted between the assembling of the 1965 Voter Registration Act and then the SAVE Act, which is like addendum add-on whatever to the 1993 voter registration voter registration act. So there's quite a few things going on there, but with the SAVE Act, we had what was like 6 like several million people voted, and there were only 15 cases of allegations of, people who were not registered, like, not citizens voting. It's already illegal,
Mhm.
and I thought that we were, like, wanting to keep things decentralized. This is just another way to condense power into the hands of the federal government, and not just the federal government, but the executive branch of the federal government, to oversee a lot of what is supposed to be held by the states for a reason, to ensure that we don't end up in an authoritarian dictatorship. And having access to our voter rolls, all of that stuff, like the one thing that I found out or noticed in my deep dive into the SAVE Act was recently can you find out if it was West Virginia or Virginia? Because I always get it confused.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah,
Look at
he's-
He's good.
It's fast on the computer.
Yeah, and
Wow, look at
Um,
that. She's that. Hey, can you check?
Yeah.
but I know
Look at that.
I trust him. So
Yes.
anyway,
And
it was
he's been up to speed so far.
Within-
Thanks, Scott.
so the 1993 VRA basically put a 90-day stay on voter rolls at the state level. So that it said that within 90 days of a federal election, the state could not purge its voter rolls. So they have all this other time to go through and maintain their voter rolls. However, in the 2024 elections, Virginia or West Virginia, why can
Oh.
I never remember? Anyway, they basically began purging, and it wasn't a significant amount, but it doesn't need to be a significant amount when you're setting precedent. So what they did was they purged out several thousand voters off the rolls within that 90-day stay. Federal judge struck it down, said, no, you can't do that because it goes against the 1993 VRA. Well, then it was like a week before the election, the U.S. SCOTUS says, actually, we're going to put a stay on this and we'll determine it at a later date. Okay. You put a stay on something that affects a time limited, you can only vote once, like that one time or leading up to that. So if you purge all these people right before, hold on just a second, if you purge them right before an election and then they show up to vote and then they find out, oh, I've been cut off the voter rolls. Okay, well, now I have to go re-register. Where do I re-register? Now I have to have all my paperwork to register. All of this. Now you've turned what should have been an otherwise easy thing into a chaotic thing. Okay, what?
Sorry, go ahead, Scott.
Virginia. Okay, thank you. It was Virginia.
My thing is,
I appreciate you.
what is SCOTUS?
Supreme Court of the United States.
Oh, thank you.
That's the acronym.
I sorry, I didn't.
No, you're
That's okay.
you're
No,
fine.
you're fine.
Thank you, both of you.
It's
You
good to
said-
ask
You
questions.
Yeah,
said
this is the only way you'll find out
I-
if you ask questions.
Well, thank you. That's never a dumb question.
Right.
That may
right.
be a dumb answer, but that'd be a dumb question.
There are
That's
some
what my
dumb
special ed
questions.
teacher taught me.
There are some dumb questions.
No, that's what my special ed
I
teacher
think
taught
when
me.
the questions are intentionally just like you're
I
in
just-
bad faith, that's when I'm like, okay, this is a dumb
You
question.
did the acronyms, and I'm thinking
That's on me.
okay.
I
Yeah,
know
no
better
fucking
than
clue.
to use acronyms
Like
the first
POTUS.
time.
You know what that means?
No.
President.
President.
That makes more sense.
So-
Look at that shit.
Yeah.
Your face is lit up. Say what?
Yeah.
So
I'm happy.
did you capture the did you catch that the VRA is the voter
Yes,
registration
I
act?
knew that.
Okay, because I tried to
I might be.
introduce
I might be a dumb jock and got into college because of what I did in my life, but I'm still smart on that part. Again, not. I did know the second one. That's why I did that face.
What, POTUS?
Yes. Thank you. But I did not know that one. The one
Okay.
I asked.
Yeah,
The
that's
one I did. The one I did after. I was trying to film the.
I never
Nope,
well I
can't do it.
didn't introduce
do
it in
it,
the
couldn't do it.
conversation
couldn't
before I referenced it, so that's on me.
That's all right.
No, it's fine. So, I have a question off a question. You were saying everything else with your politics and everything else. The one question I had that someone asked on my, I don't know why I was going my messenger. They were wondering what is your politics on taxes and not taxes for people that are, how they put it, are under the unwealthy. Oh, well, that's how they put
The
it.
bottom 99%.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so
I don't know
I'm-
how to put it.
I don't want to
What are your beliefs? How's that?
I believe that we need to. So remember when I said earlier in this conversation about how, as a
Yeah.
homeowner,
Yeah.
I get taxed. Any of the homeowners in here, we are taxed on unrealized gains on our wealth.
Yeah.
The one thing that we own that is probably a significant portion of our
Mhm.
wealth, if not the vast majority of it,
Yep.
right? We're also taxed on our income. We're taxed out the ass on every direction that we go. But yet billionaires say that they can't be taxed on their wealth because most of it's unrealized gains. Are you
Yeah.
picking up
Yeah.
what I'm putting
Oh,
down?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know
So
where you're going.
I think that we should be looking at taxing them much in the same way the rest of us are being taxed on our unrealized gains. Why is it my responsibility and your responsibility and your responsibility to basically fund all the infrastructure and everything that these billionaires rely on in the form of subsidies and tax breaks and everything else that they get back from the government, which is actually, now that I think about it, from a business standpoint, very smart. They get a huge
Yeah.
return on their investment. But as a human standpoint, I think they fucking suck. They're psychotic.
Yeah.
And I just,
Well,
I don't worship money like that. I think it has a point, a tool that it can be used to help people. I think that it is a good for a bartering system for you to be able to. Oh, I didn't mean to put that in my. To be able to buy goods and services that you want and everything. But I also think that when it becomes like the beacon of success in our lives, that you are not successful unless you have this much money in your bank account, unless you have this much like asset wealth behind your name, you're not successful. I think at that point, when we gauge all of humanity's success and everything on that, we have lost our way. We are no longer, from the Christian perspective, right with God. We are no longer in a good place in the human spectrum of things because we've lost our way. We have gone off the path. And at this point, we need to go back and remember what really makes this country great. What really makes this world great, what really makes humans great is not how much money you have in your bank account. It's what you do with it, how you help your community, how you show up for your community, how you take care of your family, how you take care of the things around you, not just yourself, how we are all interconnected. And I'm tired of being, a peasant in this peasant world, paying my peasant taxes while I watch these rich bitches, tell me how I'm supposed to be thankful that I can eat 2 meals instead of 3, and just buy a fewer dolls or whatever the hell it is. Like, I'm supposed to give up all these things for the greater good because shit's getting tight and it's on me, but they're out there in their $1,000,000 jets, living their best life like nothing, because they don't live on the same realm or spectrum as the rest of us, and that's where the book title comes from, is these are not men, these are men who think themselves gods among us. If they are human, then we are subhuman. And that is where the whole thing comes from. They do not live on the same world as we do. They may share space with us, but they are in a whole nother bracket, not just tax bracket. I mean, their reality. We do not exist to them as people.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yes, absolutely.
thank you. I never know when this stuff is gonna. I hope I'm gonna have to show that recording because I think I did a good job on my little
You did.
monologue.
No, you did. What you believe in, you can feel it. You hear it in your voice. It's not just you speaking on a pedestal or anything. Everybody here right now, even Scott, knows what you believe in. Your passion. You can feel it. You can see it in your face. How much you believe in what you speak. It's not just anybody speaking on a pedestal and just talking their talk.
Mhm.
You have passion, you have affection, you have everything that you believe in going out through your voice and on that.
I mean, I believe so much in it that
Yeah.
I was willing to throw my career, my life on the line, just my livelihood,
Yeah.
which might as well be my life. I mean, I've almost lost everything as a result of being so outspoken about my politics. But I believe so much in it. And yeah, I could go the complete opposite way and exploit people, exploit labor, and
That's what I'm saying. But you don't. You keep
no,
it clean.
I
That's
want
impressive.
to see people have the opportunity. I just want the opportunity there for them if they want to do it, that they can.
I asked Jet the same question. Since he's running against someone that he truly deeply knows,
Mhm.
would you use anything against him? He said, no, I'm going to keep it clean. If I lose, I lose, but I'm going to keep it clean throughout my whole entire thing. I said, well, congrats to you, but they're going to eat him alive. If he wins, no matter what, they're going to eat him alive because he's so young.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. We've got quite a few young people that are showing up in the political world. We've got them running in Indiana. Like, you're seeing them running across the country, which is very invigorating for me to see.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
awesome to see. Actually,
I don't
Not just
think
you,
I'm
it's me too.
old, but 44.
No, it's me too.
Yeah, it's.
You're only, oh God, I'm 2 years older than you.
I noticed he's been quiet over there in the corner. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
the
still
oldest in-
27.
he's the
oldest in the
No,
group.
he's the youngest. Oh, he's always gonna be the youngest in the group.
That's totally fine.
All right, okay, good. We got a solid question for you. There's a little big concern with the influx of data centers that are being built in the country. What's your stance on that?
So I don't want to be a draconian person and be like, X them all, because there may be some, I keep saying jurisdictions, municipalities, townships, whatever, that may want, I can't think of why, but I don't want to take their ability to negotiate on the table for what happens in their municipality off. Like, I don't want to take that from them. If they want it, then I think that they should be able to do it, or to negotiate with these data centers. but I want to make sure that they are also protected in these negotiations, because you're looking at billions of dollars going up against a township that doesn't have the legal recourse or the financial resources to fight back in the event that these data centers come in and make all these promises and then don't live up to them. And now the township, or it's usually a township or village, is no, it's a township, but is now saddled with a problem and they have no way of protecting themselves. So I think at the state level there needs to be stronger protections for these communities to be able to defend themselves. And in the instance like we're seeing in Dowagiac, which is getting a lot of publicity right now, they've had a data center in there for a very long time. The data center is trying to do something to expand. But now you're seeing residents in the area posting videos of like noise that is going on. And it is absurd. I mean, the property values are dropping, like all this stuff is going on. And it's like, they want to expand. They want more. They want more of these data centers. And the residents have very little that they can do, because once they're in, it's really hard to get them out.
Yeah.
So like, I think there needs to be more protections for not just the municipalities as a whole, but the residents of that municipality to be able to stand up in the event that their elected official comes in, gets bribed, or decides that yes, we want to give out our land to this data center. They're going to give us all these jobs, whatever. And if the residents are like, no, we don't approve of this, that they have better ways of protecting themselves than just duking it out and trying to do recalls and hoping that they do it in a timely manner so that it, the data center hasn't popped up in their backyard and they can't get rid of it.
Well, there was an instance, I think it was in Tennessee, Memphis, matter of fact.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
There was one that popped up, and it was it Elon Musk?
I believe so.
Maybe.
Yeah, that one is.
And the power to run those data centers are really high. It's really high. So they bring these trucks that spew off this poisonous stuff in the air that pollutes the air, and is creating I don't know, bad health issues for some people in the area.
Yeah, they're having a lot of problems
with breathing and things of that nature.
The air quality, sound pollution, light pollution, electromagnetic energy pollution coming off of these. Okay, imagine, I have not actually checked to make sure that this was accurate, but my understanding is that there was a link between certain cancers and living in close proximity to those big giant power lines, right? Those data centers, like, there is a lot of power going on in there.
Oh yeah.
What is the long-term repercussions that we're going to see on residents' health, children, cancers, like all of this stuff that we don't know. We don't really have any long-term studies like this. Where's Erin Brockovich when we need her? I did actually just recently saw her name pop up, and then I went to go click on it, and Facebook was like, refresh. I'm like, I don't know who posted that. But I do think she's come out to do something about these data centers. So I don't want to say no, all data centers are evil. However, I know that I personally am not a fan of them. That is a very polite way of putting it. But I also, if a jurisdiction, here I go again, a municipality is like, you know what, we are so desperate for jobs. We are so desperate for this opportunity. This is better than eating dirt, kind of thing. Then they should have the ability to negotiate if that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
So to go with that, a person asked, what can a community do to stop from them going through?
Can they rephrase that question?
Yeah, can you rephrase that question?
What
Yeah, unfortunately, right now, the way the rules are written, it's gosh, where's Garrett when I need him?
Who's Garrett?
Garrick was running in my position and had to step down. But he's very, very well versed on a lot of policies around these data centers. And so I have a very loose understanding of how this works. So there could be a whole number of ways that these data centers can kind of push, like bully themselves into a township. And they tend to pick townships that are lower on the socioeconomic scale. So there's less money, there's fewer resources. It's less likely that the citizens are gonna be able to fight back against them.
Based on the week.
And they also don't have specific verbiage, whatever, wording within their regulations and everything, their local regulations that says that, you know, you can't use this land for such and such. We don't allow this kind of power draw. We don't allow, you know, because they're not written. Most of them have not been updated in like decades on a lot of these things, not considering AI data centers. Like, this is all so new and it's booming faster than people can write the regulations for it. So as a result, you've got all these townships and everything that are completely unprepared. The doors are wide open and they can't fight back. They can't. And the state has been incredibly lackluster in how they have stepped forward to be like, you know what? We can't just kick this off to the townships to regulate themselves and take care of it themselves. We need to actually step in so we can empower our townships, our municipalities to be able to come to that table and not be jacked around and used. If they want a data center, then they should be able to also negotiate favorable terms for the residents to make it worthwhile.
I'm not going on the data center stuff, but for what you're running for and what the Senate, governor, and everything else, that I would love to know this answer. How much do you guys listen to the small people of, like, City of St. Joe, the township, a village? How much do you guys listen to the fucking common people?
I can't speak for them. I honestly cannot.
That's not the answer.
Because
No.
it's
I just want to know.
one of the beefs that I have had for a very long time is feeling like our voices are not being heard. It's like skimmed right over.
Yeah, that's what
we can
that's
argue,
why
we
I'm
can
asking,
argue,
yeah.
we can argue and fight and say, and this is why I was saying that even when our elected officials are like, we're going to do this, and then overwhelmingly the general population that elected them is like, no, I don't want you to do this. Our recourse is basically to do a recall on the election and try and get somebody else in and hope that they don't sell us out. But it's so hard. And that's what I was going to say earlier about the moderate voters.
Oh, okay.
This
Scroll
kind of
them.
reminds
Yeah.
me of the moderate voters saying that we need better candidates. Because by the time we get to the general election, those candidates have already been determined through money, big money.
Yeah.
To determine their electability. We vote for people in the primaries based on what we are told by the party and the propaganda is to be electable on our side that we want. It's all spoon-fed to us. So we end up voting in these horrible candidates through the primaries, unbeknownst, we're not realizing, and then next thing we know, we're like, seriously, we got 2 80-something-year-old men duking it out again? Like, and then, okay, then we had Kamala. But really, is this the best our country
It
can
has to
come up with?
offer, yeah.
No, you don't get there
All right.
because you're smart.
All right, you can't go presidency. Yes, presidency is presidency. No offense to that. Governor, even the House of Representatives that you're running for,
Mhm.
everybody sees the name. Like, I hate to say it, Joey Andrews. Got out him on the show, but I'm going to call him out. He's well known in this area alone. Jet has no chance to go against a guy that has a well-known name, that he's of age and higher than Jet is. he
He has more experience, is
He
what you're
has-
on
saying.
top of it,
Yeah.
it's David versus Goliath.
Yeah.
On this atmosphere.
Except in this case, David is probably not going to beat Goliath. But I think Jet knows that. He knows it.
That-
He's
I know.
not doing it because
He's
he
not
wants
doing
to
it because he wants to win. He wants to get the notice and the respect and everything else. Yes. I understand why Jet's going through this. He's not. He even said on the show, "I'm not wanting to really win.
It's experience.
It's an experience."
Experience. No, the experience for him,
But
and
my thing is,
not only that, it helps him out in the future.
Yeah.
He's laying the platform or the concrete right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's building that name recognition.
my thing is, with anybody that's going out there, going against a name that is well known in the area, why do it?
Well, once upon a time, Joey's name wasn't well known in this area.
Exactly.
He lost. He lost his first election.
He lost his first election because he's going against a guy that was also well known in
Exactly.
the area.
So
Yeah, so he built that name recognition though. Every time you are building a base, most people do not win their first election.
If you go against somebody that is in their first, second term, knowing you're going to lose.
It is, yeah.
that's the risk you take.
really,
No, that's
really
no
difficult
offense.
to unseat.
It's
I mean,
90.
look,
I think
I'm
it's
going
90%.
somebody that's been in since 2018 in a deeply red district.
But you did well in your first round. I watched it. You were only, I want to say, you're at least, I want to say 100 votes out, or maybe 200.
Oh no, it was more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's the last time I looked. I didn't look at the final. So I really didn't look at the final because it'll still count.
So why did
Yeah.
you say you
No,
watched?
because I watched it until I didn't watch it until I fell asleep. I watched it.
I
until
did
fell asleep.
find it very strange that some of the townships had 0 votes for me in places that I knew people very well who were adamant about supporting me, and it showed I had no votes.
Like, that triggers an alarm.
It
Yeah, it
does.
was really,
though.
really strange.
That triggers an alarm.
Yeah.
Are those votes getting in?
I don't know.
Would you fight it? If you ever had a chance, would you ever fight it? Would you? Can you do a recount?
You can demand a recount, but I don't think any amount of recount would have been significant enough
Yeah, but
for me to have actually
but
won.
could you do a recount? I mean, I
I'm
never-
sure
I
there are methods for appealing for a recount, but that uses resources, and I just
really, it costs to do a recount or no?
it costs the county whatever the jurisdiction is that
I really know that.
yeah, because I mean I don't know if those
Better
are
my county.
paid actually, now that I think about it. It might all be volunteer. I'm not entire that's beyond my
Yeah.
expertise going into the actual like back end of the voting thing. Yeah, there's ways that you can there's steps for a recall, but I don't think it was worthwhile energy, time, and effort to go and demand a recount. God, that'd be so embarrassing if they found out, like, actually, you got fewer votes.
Oh, damn it!
I can't take the loss twice.
Well, give me at least 1% more. Jesus, damn!
I thought I was going to gain.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn you, Joe.
I should have shut up when I had the chance.
Well, no offense, I would take the loss even more.
What?
No, I would. I would say, okay, I asked for a recount, and then if I ever ran for anything, I would ask for a recount just to see if I was getting all the votes myself. Yes.
Well,
And then if they said you got lower votes,
you're fighting up an uphill battle,
yeah, I was already,
especially
yeah,
for your first time.
Yeah, and it was just
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care at all.
I
would
mean,
ask for it
honestly,
no
I
matter
don't
what.
think. I think things happen the way. I
But
don't
I
want
would
to say
fight
that because it's
dirty.
not all fate.
No.
Some of it's just plain stupidity. But I think that in this case, as much as I hate seeing people struggle, and the collapse of systems and harm that it has done, and Like, I don't think it's worth it. But at the same time, I don't think that people would have been paying attention. And this was an inevitable outcome, but it doesn't have to be the only outcome. But it was bound to happen eventually because we were all just kind of like blinders on, living our lives because we weren't affected mostly by the things that were going on. The more fringe or more closer to a fringe group, minority group, LGBTQ, any immigration, anything that the further you get from like being a white person in America, a cis, heterosexual white person, the further you get from that, the more likely you are to be affected by policies quicker. So it's really easy for somebody of my particular skin color to be sheltered from a lot of these policies. And the higher I am on the socioeconomic scale, which also tends to correlate with skin color, the higher I am on that scale, the less affected I'm going to feel. You needed a significant portion of the US to feel that hurt, to feel that, to realize that, oh, I'm not as protected as I thought I was. And suddenly, like pinning people against each other over race, over sex, over immigration status only works so far before everybody starts to realize after they've had us fighting against each other like animals for their own entertainment for how long, people are starting to realize like, wait a minute, you're poor. I'm also poor. You're poor. I'm like, why are we fighting? He's like, I'm not poor. But anyway, why are we fighting?
There you are.
Why are we fighting? We are in this common struggle. And then we start to realize it's not your fault that I don't have a job. It's not your fault. Or that I have a job that pays me $14 an hour, even though I have like a master's degree in this and that. It's not your fault. And it's not yours. Whose fault is it? And we all start to look up like these job creators that are getting our money to build all the infrastructure and to build all of the stuff for them to make their multi-billion-dollar companies and milk our systems and milk our communities and extract our labor and our time and then shit us out like husks of people at 65, maybe 70. I don't know. I think by our age, we're going to work until we die because there's not going to be an option. There's no retirement. We're in a gig economy. Retirement is a pipe fucking dream. So now all of a sudden, all those things are coming to fruition, and we're like, this fucking fruit sucks. So, do we continue fighting each other, or do we actually look at the men and women in the ivory towers that think they are gods walking among us, who are calling all the shots, raping our girls, and eating our babies? Are we going to continue letting them do that? Or are we actually going to stop fighting and join forces and realize that we have to take this country back? Because if we don't, and they manage to take this country, it is absolutely going to the world. BlackRock is not exclusive. These billionaires are not exclusive to America. This is now a global phenomenon, but it starts the beating heart right now is in America, and it's just kind of blossoming out, and you're starting to see these once rogue fringe groups popping up in all of these democratic nations across the country or across the world. These fringe groups are starting to take hold. You're seeing it in Italy again, which that is again not new. I heard about that in 2022 when I was there. That the youth were starting to become more nationalized. Japan, I'm not going to list them all off the top of my head, but you get the idea. You don't need me to sit there and list them all. Google is free. I'm just saying, maybe you're probably going to be mad, but this is the world. This is the reality that we are facing. And are we just going to take it as the inevitable conclusion, like kiss our own ass goodbye and be like YOLO, or are we going to try and stop the carnage, take control of the reins, stop being just a passenger princess and actually take the reins and be like, I demand better. I want a better legacy. I want my children to grow up into this world and have an opportunity. I want my grandchildren to have an opportunity. I want a better legacy for my children. I mean, I'm a firm believer that we should leave things in better condition than we found them. And that is not what is happening with this
Right.
current administration. They are just fucking everything up left and right.
All right,
And we're
guys.
just letting it
We're gonna end it. Oh no, that was powerful. We're gonna end it on the final thought. You done the final thought before us. Not final thought, but last call. Give a shout out to people that's in your circle and the upcoming events in your life that are gonna come up in the near future. We'll pass around the table.
Do I start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All
you
right, all
start.
right, all right. So I want to thank Novo Goods for a great night tonight. I'm in
Duly
a great
noted.
mood. No, I love them. I love their community activism. They have great employers. I just started working with them in the last May 1st was my first day.
Yeah.
And they have been so supportive of the fact that I'm running for office. I'm doing all my community activism round up. And they love it and they admire it. So I appreciate that immensely. My husband, my children, the usual.
Yeah.
The usual. And running for office is interesting, but I'm here for the adventure and I really do appreciate the questions, guys.
Oh, no
Thank you
problem.
No
so
problem.
much.
No problem at all. Joe?
Well, comes down to me now. So, for me, I will say thank you for coming on once again for the third time tonight. This journey that me and James are doing. I appreciate it. Thank you, and thank you for your family and your manservant.
His name is Andrew.
Yes, I was gonna say that. Yes, his name is Andrew. But if you didn't see the first episode, it was awesome. Go back to it.
Was that the one that carried like way long?
Yeah, it carried longer than usual. Yes, but it was awesome. My thing is for you. I believe everything you're saying all the time. I do because it's awesome. You're very, very fucking passionate on what you believe in and how you believe in it. And I would say I would technically beginning of the show I would go rave, but not Novo, but it's okay.
There's plenty of love to go around,
There's
guys.
plenty of love to go around, yes, but I would say yes for them and everybody else. But my thing is for you, I think you're gonna be awesome. Whatever your heart, your passion, anything you desire from me, I believe in everything that you say, and you should believe everything I say. I think you put your mind to it, you're gonna eventually achieve it. It might take a couple of years,
Couple guillotines. No, I'm just kidding.
but yeah, that too.
Just kidding.
But you become queen no matter what.
Oh, whoa. I'm just going for a democracy, guys. Representative republic
Yeah,
democracy.
That's
Yeah.
funny though. But thank you. But I think you're awesome no matter what you do. And thank you.
You done? Good.
Thank you.
Angela, thank you so much. You always you're good at answering tough questions, and I enjoy that so much.
It was Novo Goods. Yeah, that's why it was so good.
But I do love the way you answer your questions. You get to detail, and I can't wait to read your book. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you have to let me know what you
No,
think
I will.
about
I'll
it.
give you my personal critique of it, so to speak. I wish you the best of luck this upcoming election. Keep on pushing the envelope, keep on pushing the buttons, and make people aware of who you are. You have the people's heart and their thoughts on at your best interest, their best interest, I should say.
Thank you.
Furthermore, we want you to come back as much as possible, especially after this election passes,
Hmm.
and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I've got all those papers and
Yeah.
all those topics.
Yeah. But I do appreciate you coming on and sharing your views and letting us know what's going on with you. So
Well, thank
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Joe went to the
pleasure.
restroom, but guys, thank you for watching. And not only that, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification for any videos that we put out every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Joe's out of here. He would normally tell us what we have on next week, but he's not. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. I want to thank Angela Jones for joining us this evening. Thank you so much for watching, and we're out of here, guys. Oh, wrong button. There we go. We're out.